Can I sit with you for a minute? Not as someone who has answers, as someone who knows exactly what it feels like to have lived through something, move past it on the outside and still feel it sitting on the inside of you like it never left. You don't talk about it anymore, not really, because people think you're over it, because time passed, because from the outside, your life kept moving and you kept showing up and you handled everything that needed to be handled. And you got really good at carrying it quietly. But there are moments, and you know exactly what I mean, where something small happens. A word, a tone, a look, a memory that comes from nowhere. And something in you responds in a way that doesn't match what's in front of you. And you sit there and think, why is this still here? Why does it still hurt like this? What is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you, but something has never been finished. And that is what we're going to talk about today. You thought time would do it. That's what everyone says. Give it time. Time heals everything. And you just have to keep moving. And so you did. And you kept moving. You rebuilt. You redirected. You focused on what was in front of you because falling apart was not something you had the luxury of doing. There were people depending on you, children, family members, maybe employees, your own business, your own clients. There was a life to maintain. There was a version of yourself you had to hold together, even when you felt like you were coming apart inside. So you kept going, and the pain got quieter. And you thought, okay, it's working. I'm getting through it. But it didn't go away. It just learned to be still. And now it shows up in moments you don't expect, in a conversation that shouldn't shake you, but it does, in a memory that still feels so close even though years have passed, in a reaction that feels too big for what's actually happening. And you feel embarrassed by it because you don't know how to explain it to anyone around you. And the worst part is not even the pain anymore. The worst part is the shame around it. The voice that says, why can't you just be over this? Why are you still letting this affect you? Why can't you just move on? And I need you to know that voice is lying to you, because here is what nobody tells you. It's not just that it hurt. Hurt you can recover from. It's what it took. It's what it changed and how you see yourself. It's what it did to the way you trust people. It is what it cost you in years you cannot get back, in versions of yourself you had to let go of, in dreams that quietly dissolved because surviving took everything you had. And grief does not have a neat little timeline, especially not for women like us, women who have lived through not just one thing, but layers and layers of things. The marriage that broke you, the person who was supposed to be a safe person and wasn't, the loss that redefined everything, the estrangement that sits in a place in your chest that nothing else touches, the years of holding it together for everyone else while something in you quietly ached. And you did not get time to process any of it. You got time to survive it, and that is not the same thing. This is where I need you to stop and tell you something that I wish someone would have told me so much sooner. What you went through was just not an event that your mind needed to make sense of. It was an experience that your body had to physically survive. And your body does not process things the way that your mind does. Your mind can say, that was then, this is now. But your body does not speak that same language. Your body stores, it holds. It keeps the record of everything you went through in ways you cannot think your way out of. And it does not release that record just because time passed. Oh, I wish it was that easy. It releases it when it finally feels safe enough to. And I want to be honest with you about something personal. There were things in my life that I thought I had moved through. I had done the work. I had prayed. I had cried. I had talked about it. I had reached points where I genuinely thought I was okay. And I think I'm through that. And then something would happen, something small. And I would feel it again. And like no time had passed at all. And I remember sitting with that and feeling something between confusion and shame, because I, the trauma coach and the one who did all the studying and has worked with women for 2 decades, I was supposed to be healed. I was supposed to be further along. I was doing everything right. What I didn't understand then was that I had been processing it with my mind, but my body was still holding it, still protecting me from it, still carrying it the only way it knew how. And no one had ever shown me how to help my body finish what it started. And here is what is actually happening. When something comes at you too fast, too hard, or for too long, your body shifts into one mode, survival. And in survival, your system is not asking, how do I heal from this? It's asking, how do I get through this alive? So it does what it has to do. It pushes things down. It compartmentalizes. It moves you forward because forward is the only direction that feels safe. But it does not finish the process. It can't. Not in survival. So that experience, the weight of it, the meaning of it, the loss of it gets stored, held in your nervous system like an open file that never gets closed. And that file does not care how much time has passed. It does not care that you have grown, that you are stronger, that you have rebuilt your life. It stays open until your body finally has the safety and the support to close it. This is why you can be 50 something years old, decades past something, and still feel it like it lives in the room with you. Not because you're weak, not because you haven't tried, because your body has been waiting for something no one ever gave it. So what you're feeling right now is not you being stuck in the past. It is not you failing to heal. It is not weakness. It is your body still carrying what it never had the chance to safely put down. And it has been carrying it faithfully, quietly for years, while you kept going, while you kept showing up, while you kept being everything everyone else needed from you. And all this time, it has been waiting not to punish you, to finally be seen. And this is why you cannot think your way out of this. You've tried, you've understood it, you've explained it, you've talked about it in circles so many times, you know every word of it by heart, and you still feel it. Because this is not stored in your thoughts, it's stored in your body, in your nervous system, in the tension you carry in places you don't even notice anymore. In the way you startle, in the way you brace, in the way you go quiet in certain rooms, around certain people without even knowing it. And you know what I'm talking about. You walk into a place that's really busy and your body braces itself. Or maybe after you've been away on what was supposed to be a vacation, you come home and you're restless and you can't sleep. Or your body is so stiff and you don't understand why. And your muscles are so stiff and you don't understand why. That's not a mindset problem. That is the body that never got to finish what it started. And God said, renew your mind. And I used to read that as just a spiritual instruction, but the more I understand how the body works, the more I understand that renewal is just not a spiritual thing. It's a physical thing. It's neurological. It's the literal rewiring of what your system has learned to expect, to brace for, to protect you from. And real healing is not deciding to be over it. Real healing is your body finally coming out of survival and processing it and what has been holding all this time. And when that begins to happen, I want you to know what it feels like, because I want you to know it is real and it is possible and it is available to you. The weight starts to lift, not all at once, but you notice it. A moment where something that used to trigger you just doesn't. A name of a person that was the person that hurt you the worst no longer makes you feel uneasy inside. A conversation where you stay present instead of going somewhere else inside. A morning where you're able to wake up and something feels lighter without you being able to explain why. The past stops feeling like it's sitting right next to you. You stop reacting to the present from the pain of what happened before. You start to feel like you are actually living in today. Not because you forced it, not because you decided to be over it, but because your body finally got to finish what it never got to complete. And you get to exhale, maybe for the first time in years. So if you have been sitting with someone or something that still hurts, something you don't talk about anymore because you feel like you should be past it, I want you to hear me, woman to woman, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not behind. You are not weak. You are not someone who is choosing to stay stuck. You are a woman who survived things that were never meant to be survived alone. And your body has been carrying the weight of that faithfully and quietly for longer than anyone knows. It has been waiting, not for more time, for the right support, for the right space, for someone who understands that what you are carrying is not in your head. It's in your body, and it is ready to be released. This is the work, not reliving it, not talking about it in circles, not waiting for more time to pass, but creating the safety your body has needed to finally process and release what it's been holding. And that is what the inner healing journey method was built for. Not because I learned about this in a classroom, because I lived it. And I had to learn what renewing your mind really meant. Holding thoughts captive, what does that really mean? Being able to say truth to myself and believing it. Renewing my thoughts when my body has a physical reaction to something, knowing in that moment that I'm safe. And I know what it feels like to carry something for years and not know that there was another way. So I built this for every woman who is still carrying something she was never meant to carry for this long. One path, one focus, one place where your body can finally get to put things down. And if something in you just felt less alone while you were watching this, that is not an accident. That is you recognizing something that was made for you. That was God winking at you saying, somebody really gets it and understands. So you can start here. The link is in my description in this video. And if you know a woman who still carries something she doesn't talk about anymore, could you please send this to her? Don't say anything. Just let her know that someone out here sees her. Not the version she shows the world, the version that she is still carrying. And if you would like to subscribe to this channel for more of these conversations, that would truly bless me, because it helps me get out this message to more women. God bless your healing, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for being here with me today.